Good day everyone, I am here to discuss about plant taxonomy. So, what is plant taxonomy? Plant taxonomy is the science that finds, identifies, describes, classifies, and names plants. It is one of the main branches of taxonomy. Plant taxonomy is closely allied to plant systematic, and there is no sharp boundary between the two. In practice, plant systematic involves relationship between plants and their evolution, especially at the higher levels. Whereas plant taxonomy deals with the actual handling of plant specimen. The precise relationship between taxonomy and systematic, however, has changed along with the goals and methods employed. Plant taxonomy is known for being turbulent and traditional, not having any close agreement on circumscription and placement of taxa. Next. Background of plant taxonomy. Classification systems serve the purpose of grouping organisms by characteristics common to each group. Plants are distinguished from animals by various traits. They have cell walls made of cellulose, polyploidy, and they exhibit sedentary growth. Where animals have to eat organic molecules, plants are able to change energy from light into organic energy by the process of photosynthesis. The basic unit of classification is species, a group able to breed amongst themselves and bearing mutual resemblance. A broader classification is the genus. Several genera make up family and several families and order. So, plant taxonomy, it helps to ascertain the number of living beings on Earth. More than 1 million of species of plants and animals have been discovered and classified so far. It aims to classify the living organism. It gives an idea of local fauna and flora, this helping us to distinguish the endemic species. Next is their plantae and the plant kingdom. Plant kingdom is divided according to the following. Latin, Bryophyta, which is common, it is mosses. Notes, no vascular system, distinctive, vegetative, or structure. Spores produced for reproduction require damp condition for survival. Many mosses are important to the early stage of soil formation. When we say mosses, it is are small and it is non-vascular flowerless plant in the taxonomic division Bryophyta. Next is Hepatophyta, which is known liverworts, same as mosses. Liverworts are small, green, terrestrial plants. They don't have true roots, stems, or leaves. Instead, they have an above-ground leaf-like structure. Next is Pteridophyta, which is commonly known fern, same as horsetail. Horsetail ferns, it is a group of plants that are defined as land plants with lignified tissue for conducting water and minerals throughout the plant. Next is Coniferophyta, which is known conifers. Includes Finales, Taxalis, Corispacea, and hundreds of other species reproduced by producing seeds, most often in cones, may have adaptation to tolerate water loss. So, conifers, a plant that producing cones and having leaves that do not fall off in the winter. Next is Ginkgophyta, which is known ginkgo. Only member is the ginkgo in biloba. Ginkgo is a plant that can tolerate many urban conditions, including heat, air pollution, salt, and confined species. It is a It is a deciduous gymnosperm tree. Next is angiosperm, also known flowering plants. Includes around 25,000 species divided into main classes, the monocotyledons and dicotyledons produce seeds that are productive by fruits. Next. Identification, classification, and description of plants. Three goals of plant taxonomy are the identification, classification, and description of plants. The distinction between these three goals is important and often overlooked. First is the plant identification. It's a determination of the identity of a known plant by comparison with previously collected specimen or with the aid of books or identification manuals. The process of identification connects the specimen with a published name. Once a plant specimen has been identified, its name and properties are known. Plant identification implies assigning a plant to a particular taxonomic group or ultimately to the species. Next. Plant classification is the placing of known plants into groups or categories to show some relationship. Scientific classification follow a system of rules and standardize the result and groups successive categories into a hierarchy. For example, the family to which the lilies belong is classified as kingdom. It is a plantae. Division, Magnoliophyta. Class, Liliosida. Order, Lilialis. Family, Liliaceae. Genus, pine wattles, mikbech, dandelion, and etc. In species, common water hyacinth, yellow star thistle or purple lucis chef, etc. When we see Magnoliophyta, these are the flowering plants. This group is the most diverse, ecological dominant, and economically important of all the living phyla. And when we see Liliopsida, it is a botanical name for the class containing the family Liliaceae. It is considered synonymous with the name monocotyledon. And when we see Lilialis, there are mostly perennial plants with food storage organs such as corms of rhizomes. And Liliaceae, it is the lily family of the flowering plant. Order Lilialis with the 16 genera and 365 species of herbs and shrubs. The classification of plant result in an organized system for the naming and cataloging of future specimen and ideally reflects scientific ideas about and recommendation for formal botanical nomenclature, including plants, is governed by the International Code of Nomenclature of Algae, Fungi, and Plants, abbreviated as ICN. Last, plant description is a formal description of a newly discovered species, usually in the form of scientific paper using ICN guidelines. The names of these plants are registered on the International Plant Names Index, along with all other validly published name. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for watching.